Oh, it's already started. It's too late. All right,
All right,
so
cameras facing this way. Welcome everybody to Blue 51 Show.
they can't hear you. Remember the microphone's over here. So you was talking. All right, what's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? All right, we're gonna start off. We're gonna say what's up to everybody. You know what I'm saying? First of the first. First. Monty Mom. What's up, Monty?
What's up, fam?
I like the like, hey, it's a microphone. It's brand new. It's a new addition to the show. It's me and this mic. You know what I mean? And we got my man Kev. Say what up, Kev?
What up, kid?
I hate that he does that, but we're gonna let him do what he wants to. And we got my girl Kathy. Come here. No. I always kiss Kathy because it makes Phil jealous. Phil be mad because he be he be wanting to what's up, say? Phil be wanting to get kisses. He can't get no kisses from her.
So then we got a mic now.
We got a what?
We got a mic.
Yeah, we have a little mic. You know what I'm saying? Something
mic for the
small,
little show.
something small for the little show. You know what I mean? I'm mic'd up right now. So,
And a cameraman.
so today's pod is about where do you learn? Where did you learn to be a man? Like, where did you get your lessons on? Let me get an example, right? Like, some dudes learned how to take a loss from playing basketball, right? Be on a sports team, win a game, lose a game, discipline. You know what I'm saying? So my question was, I was curious, where do you get your lessons on how to be a man? I'm gonna start with you, Sean, because I'm here with you already. Normally I come down to you. You need a second? You need a second?
Yeah.
Damn. I guess lessons on masculinity is different nowadays. You know what I'm saying? I asked Phil, hey Phil, where did you get your lessons on how to be a man? Like, where did you learn? Kevin said Phil learned how to be a man from the back of a cereal box. All right, Phil, where you learn to be a man? Where's a lesson you got when you was a kid?
Well, my dad wasn't around like that, but my uncles, my cousins, male influences like my teachers, stuff like that.
What is one of the lessons you learned?
One of them was that don't hit a female. That's the first lesson I learned.
I want to ask how he learned this lesson, but I'm scared. But I'm gonna ask, how did you learn that? Like, you have a scenario that came up?
Yeah, for the cousin. She's
All right, so we gotta stop it right here. The thoughts and views of Seamoss Field do not represent the thoughts and views of the podcast. Let me ask you, man. Hey, Bush, where did you learn? Do you have any lessons when you were a kid on how to be a man? And where did you learn it from?
By myself, just parents not being around. My mom and dad grew up with my grandma, so definitely had to learn shit on my own.
So what's something like
Stores.
an experience you had with your grandma that resonates with you today that you like remember as like, okay, this is something that like shaped how you parent or how you engage with people as a man?
She was always there for her kids, no matter what, good or bad. They was in trouble. My aunts, my mom, uncles, aunts, she never gave up on them. So I learned that from her. I'm always there for my kids, good, bad, or indifferent. I'm on their side. But basically learned it by myself. I had brothers, I had uncles, I had cousins I looked up to. My dad was around, but not around, but he was around. So I had male figures in my life, so it wasn't like I had to do it on my own.
Yeah.
So, but I learned a lot on my own, but I got my uncles, my dads, my brothers.
Do you feel like having to learn it on your own works for everybody? You think you learned it on your? Why do you think you were able to learn these lessons on your own? Like, what about you made you learn it on your own?
I didn't always need to be in a crowd. I mean, I had friends and all that, but still to this day, when you see me, I'm by myself.
Actually, I've only
I
seen
don't-
you in it by yourself.
Yeah, so I don't need no crowd to get where I'm going. So that's one thing I learned: do it by myself. I don't need nobody. I don't need no help unless it's from my family or my significant other at that time. I don't ask for nothing. You can ask any of my friends. They can count on their hands if they even ask them for money. If I ain't got it, I'm gonna get it. That's how it is.
So I'm the opposite, right? And I don't mean I asked for a bunch of things. I learned how to learn things from other people from being on my own. So I was with my grandma too. So I learned a bunch of stuff of like, I observed how other people had things, and instead of getting jealous of what they had or like being envious of what they had, I I wanted to emulate the things that they had. You know what I'm saying? Like I wanted to be more patient, or I wanted to be more calm, or I wanted to be more lighthearted. So I surrounded myself with patient, calm, lighthearted people, and like emulated those things or asked questions. One of my problems is I gotta know. So I like knowing shit. So sometimes I be wanting to figure it out. So I used to hang out like, damn, why is he always so chill? So I hang out with him to try to figure out why he's so chill. And you know, who you roll with kind of shape who you are. So I was rolling with chill people, so I got more chill. You know what I'm saying? I was rolling with calm people, so I got more calm. So I feel like I did the opposite, where I didn't stay to myself. I felt by myself, but I didn't stay by myself. I kind of created a family of people to support me with qualities that resonated. You know what I mean?
Likewise, interests. I got more like that when I got older.
Yeah, yeah,
You see, I did, what you did, I did as I got older. I was a little bit wilder when I was young, but as I got older, I started chopping off the people that was toxic or wasn't in the same mind frame as me. And now I think I'm doing better than ever right now.
Why were you wild as a kid? Because I want you to know, in this area, motherfuckers did a lot of wild shit. And I'm curious for you, right? In this new mindset. Why do you think you was doing what you was doing before? Because you wouldn't do the stuff you was doing before now, right? So where do you think the break happened for you in wilding out and like, I wouldn't say calming down, but like being wiser?
Getting locked up a couple times. Getting locked up a couple times, and you know who was really there and who wasn't there. And it's like, what I'm doing this wild shit for, you know what I'm saying? Why I'm jumping out the window for these other people if they ain't gonna be there when you need them. So I just started weeding motherfuckers out, just started changing my perspective.
What about being locked up changed things for you? Like what like you had the lesson from locked up. What was the lesson?
Just I love my freedom. I like being fresh. I love clothes. I love cars. I like being out. So and it was just like, I think people take that persona as a badge of honor, like being locked up, being hood, being gay. That's never what I was like. So I was doing shit, little petty shit to get locked up. I used to sit in there and be like, my kid, that's what it was. When I started getting locked up after I had a kid, my first kid, at 19. So around 20 something is when I started pumping the brakes and stuff. That's all it was. I didn't want to be a statistic. Black father, kid locked up. So and my uncles and them, my cousins been locked up. I just didn't want to, I wanted to do the totally opposite.
You know, it's funny. You started by saying you learned from your grandmother about how she's always there. And then you were doing the wild shit. When you got locked up and you couldn't be there with your kid, you were like, I can't not be there for my kid. Let me stay away. So really, it should go back to your grandma and the fact that she was always there. She always showed up. I don't know if you know, but your grandma was the reason why you was like, jail ain't for me. And shit ain't the jail, nigga. That was grandma in your head like, yo, how am I gonna be like my grandma if I'm locked up? Grandma was in the house. She wasn't in the prison cell. That's wild, son. That's super crazy. Let me go ask Kev. Kev, Phil was locked up too. Apparently he learned this shit. What you had to learn from being locked up?
Man, shouldn't have to be there. Just calm down. All that wilding out, you lose your freedom. You can't be, can't get no girls or nothing no more.
Hey, you can't get no girls in jail. So he says. You know, there's things in jail you can do.
Hey, nah.
I'm just saying. Hey, Sean, mind your business.
In there, you get some skills. You can learn stuff in jail, but still, there's nothing like being free. You know what I'm saying? Eat what you want to eat, go where you want to go. People telling you what to do. You just learn how to wild. Then you have a child, you really want to be grown up to be a good example for them. So you want to be wilding out and doing dumb stuff because you want to be there for your kids. So that's real good part of growing up and being a man like the man you think you ought to be, and you should try to emulate that for yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's how I roll.
I think people's view of what a man is prior to kids is more bravado than it is like what it is for a child. I think they're like the things switched because both of them said getting locked up and wanting to get back to their kids. The personas were different. The persona of a father is different from the persona of just a man in the street. And I think that's kind of cool that they both had this switch for their kids. Let me go ask Kev. Kev, I want to ask you, what are some lessons you learned on how to be a man, and where did you learn? You gonna run? You ain't gonna answer a question today?
Come on, Uncle Larry, we learned from you. We learned some lessons from Uncle Larry.
You got one haircut. You too good for the pod. You can't answer the question.
Hey, Uncle Larry, tell him some of the lessons that you teach to you, because he's a coach.
Yeah, you're a coach. We asking about where did you learn how to be a man? What is one of the lessons you learned growing up that shaped the man you are today?
Accountability. Ain't no excuses for no Anything that you fail is your fault. You can't blame it. That's the problem with the brothers there. Well, he picking on me. Get your ass to work on time, you know? You know what I'm saying?
Where did you learn accountability? What's
I grew up in the hood. I learned in the
So
hood.
give me a story.
And in the military.
In the military is different though, because you can't be late in the military. The military different.
You be your ass late, but you know it's a whole different story. I got Google Hobbs' story. I just can't put my finger on nothing coming up in the hood. You know?
Coming up in the hood, doing accountability in the hood.
Accountability. You want to be out. You want to play, and people try to take your manhood. So that's a different lesson of accountability. That's maintaining your manhood.
Yeah, so I guess I'm trying to get to the stories because I feel like y'all got good stories because y'all all got different little like positions in life. So I wanted to hear a story because I'm trying to accumulate, I guess, a book, right? If we was give a book to a young fella right now on how to be accountable, right? I tell my daughter stories a lot of the time. Like we had a story about she was following her friend.
Be accountable. Be on time. See, that's the problem we have, black folks. You
I'm
know,
on time.
That shiggity ain't funny. You know, be on time. You know, I'm a stickler for time, detail. Do your work right. You know, and then you can progress, and you know, people start noticing the quality of the work that you do.
When did you find
some
out?
pride.
When did you find out how important being on time was?
Well, it's not a matter of being on time. I remember I tried to get this job at the Maryland National Bank as a runner. And they gave us
What the hell is a runner?
A runner. You take mail from
Okay,
place
I
to
got
place
it.
to place to place. You know? And they gave us a little test. I'm like, man, I gotta give us a test. And the guy say, time's up. I'm like, time's up? You know, I just got my name on the paper, you know? So I don't know if that was bias or just lack of training, accountability, sloughing in school. You know, I didn't get the click about school until college. And then they put it on, you're no joke. You know, they don't care if you fail.
Not at all.
They don't
So
care.
I'm telling my kid, Dad, in 6th grade, listen, baby, they talking to you now. Hey, sweetheart, you got to do the work.
Right.
As soon as you get to middle school, don't do that work if you don't want to. You'll be
don't
in
care.
7th grade for 7 years. You better learn how to do the work on your own. It's a hell of a skill.
Accountability. It's a lot of it out there. Be accountable, no excuses, do the work.
Why do you think accountability is so important to you?
Because
How has it benefited your life?
People rely on you. They can trust you. They know who to call. You do quality work, you know, and you will be rewarded.
I heard this thing where this guy said the most important thing is about your brand is your word, right? So if I tell you, Larry, hey man, that part for your car, I got you Tuesday, and then Tuesday come and I don't have that part, I'm like, hey, my bad, Larry, I'm gonna get it Thursday. Thursday come, I don't get that part. Now it doesn't matter for you. Everybody hear me say something like I got you, and when I don't get you, they see it, and it takes my, you know what I'm saying? Like my
takes
equity
your
goes
credit-
down.
takes your
But if it's
credibility
like, you know what, Larry, I'm gonna try to get you Tuesday, but I'm not sure I can get it Tuesday.
Well, that's different.
It might be later in the week, but I'm gonna try for Tuesday. Now I have a what is the word? The expectation, right? I've managed the expectation where like my credibility don't have to get damaged. This guy said he don't take no jobs he can't finish. If he says when he takes it, he wants to be able to finish it right away because he only wants to be known as a man that gets things done. So if he's not sure he can do it, he'll tell you no just because he's not sure. He might can't do it, but he's like, my word's everything. If I take a job, I get it done because he said that word's so important.
That's quite the opposite in big business. When we put out a proposal for a system, people tell you they can do anything. And then they'll go and try to make it.
I hate that.
They'll go and try to make it. Well, yeah, we can make that. We can do that. We can do that. We can do that. Then they get back at the home factory. Like, look, we need to try to figure out how to do this.
Yo, I
And
hate
see,
that.
They put some seed money in it, but the reward is greater than the loss.
That's such bad business to me though. Like I hate
the
bad
way it
business
is,
because
though.
you don't do what you tell me to do, and I'm a very easy dude to talk to.
Big business.
Tell
you know?
me, they just tell you whatever.
They'll tell you what out.
So how you discern that?
Well, you put timelines on it. Like you said, Tuesday, Thursday. If you ain't got what you told me I can have on Tuesday, then I'll give you another, a slough time. But then I'm thinking in my mind anyway, look, you BSing me.
Oh yeah,
So then I'm starting to look.
we gotta-
I ain't going to get caught with my pants down, depending on you. When you show
Pause.
me, see, because you don't do it. You don't put your eggs in one basket. You got 5 or 6 people that's gonna say that they can get you the product, and if number 1 don't come in, hey, you keep on doing what you're doing. Then I got 2, 3, 4, 5.
Do you think that's important for a skill for a man to have, or just business? 'Cause I feel like having
Man,
options
because
are
the
one
man-
thing, but
because
what?
the man is the business. The man is the business. Your word, your accountability, your delivery. You say you're gonna give me a part, hey, give me that part on time, like you said you was. Accountability. See, black folks, I seen too much of it. Well, I got caught, and my dog. You ain't even got no dog.
It was traffic, man. It wasn't me. It was traffic.
Yeah, I heard that the other day. Traffic. I said, traffic. What kind of
Well, it's
traffic?
always traffic. It's one of the worst traffic places in the world, man.
I say on Sunday. So on Sunday.
Nah, it wasn't me, man. I'm a good dude.
I'm going to see a man about a dog.
About it, dog. Thanks a lot, Larry. So I want to hear your story, Kev. What's the lesson you learned from life on how to be a man, and where'd you learn it from?
Military, family. I played organized sports, so coaches.
What did you learn? What's a skill? Like if you had to tell old Kev a lesson that was going to be important to Kev right now, what would you talk to younger Kev about?
One time, my brakes was bad, and I told my father, I'm like, yo, the brakes bad. You know what he told me? Fix them. Not take it to the mechanic. He was like, fix them. So I had to get the manual. Of course, this in the late '80s, but I had to get the manual,
All right.
and I had to go by the pads and look at the manual and learn how to put the brakes on.
And what skill did you learn from that? Just being a mechanic? Like, what's the...
Technical skills, because not only am I using my hands, but I'm using my mind, because I got to look at the manual and see what I need to do.
So what's the name of the skill that you give yourself?
I would say technical. I learned how to read manuals.
You think it's necessary for men to have technical skills?
Yes.
Why?
You don't want to be the man, something go wrong in the house, you're like, oh, we got to call. Then you sound like a chick.
Now you a girl. Who want to be a girl?
Yeah.
You know you can't say that no more. You know how weird today is. You can't tell a man you don't want to be a girl, do you? Because what's wrong with that? You can't even do that no
It
more.
could be something, the sink stopped up. Oh, well, we got to call the plumber. Man, just diagnose it yourself.
What about you, brother? Because I feel like technical skills, to me personally, I think combat, putting your child in a combat sport, not basketball, not soccer, even though soccer get pretty rough, but put them in a combat sport, I think is absolutely necessary.
Does football count?
No, I think sports are one thing, but I think
Why
actual,
football don't count as far as combat?
because when you fight someone, when you fight your battles, you fight alone. And I ain't talking about like in combat, you don't have a team fight. You know what I'm saying? It's good to be in sports too. I'm not downgrade. I'm not saying it comparatively, right? I'm just saying in addition to a sport, they need to know the confidence in knowing you can protect yourself. I think is absolutely phenomenal.
Protection I give you.
I think the confidence, but also the discipline. To learn any martial art requires you to be disciplined because those drills are consistency. You learn to be consistent, to put the work in. You do the same things until you get better, and the reward is you get better, you get stronger, you get faster. It's one of the things where I wouldn't say there's a clear goal, but there's improvement that you can track, right? Basketball on a team, you can get better, but your team's not that good. You can blame it else. You know what I'm saying? You could place the blame different places.
Individual.
Baseball, maybe. Baseball's a
Even
team.
Football is individual.
Nah, because you could be the quarterback, and if your team, your line don't hold you, you don't get the ball off like you're supposed to get the ball
that
off.
lineman got to hold that defensive lineman, so that's an individual battle.
Yeah, but you can be a good defensive lineman, but your quarterback sucks. You don't win the game. I'm talking about in baseball, it's you versus the other team. Now, pitcher throws the ball at you as a batter, you're going against the entire team by yourself. Your team in the dugout cannot help you when you on that mound hitting that. Baseball is the one game sport where it's you versus them, even though it's a whole team of y'all. But I'm saying combat sports different in the sense of you have to someone's trying to physically put their hands on you, and you're trying to put your hands on them. You right?
Well, I wrestled too, but I don't think that it was no different from wrestling practice to like football practice.
You don't think that being able to go in there, you see a guy, you have to size this person up, like, yo.
Football too is I'm playing cornerback.
You don't think that a
wide
combat
receiver.
sport, physically trying to put somebody on the ground and beat them, is not different from a
You gotta do the
lineman?
Same thing in football.
I don't think football is the same thing in the sense of combat. What about boxing? You think football and boxing are the same?
No.
That's what I'm talking about. I ain't talking. Maybe wrestling's too much like football, right? Because it's very similar. Where you're tussling around, you can't punch the person in the face. I'm talking about something with strikes, something where you have to punch or kick this person, and they get to punch or kick you. Where you have to fight someone. Because football is not the same. That's not a skill. Football has rules that are different, right? No one's going to punch you in the face. The anxiety of a football field is different from the anxiety of a fight. Did you do any fighting?
No.
Okay, then now I understand why we're having this conversation. Yes, football is a combat, but no, it is not the same thing as the anxiety you get. So the benefit of a boxing, a combat sport, is different from the benefit of a sport, including football. It's not the same thing. I'm not saying there's not similarities, but I'm going to say exclusively that the anxiety, the type of discipline, the type of
So that's a combat sport.
is not the same thing. I think it's more applicable to football. I think it's more applicable to football, which I can see why you're like, hey, it's not that different. It's more applicable to football. But it is not the same thing as a striking combat sport where someone can strike you with kicks and punches. Yes, the wrestling, I get that, right? There's techniques behind it. I'm not against the technique behind it. Now, I get that, right? As far as the discipline and getting better. But I'm talking about the actually physically protecting yourself from being punched in the face or knocked out. There's no threat to being knocked out in wrestling. Maybe choked out, but I don't think you can choke. Can you choke in wrestling?
I mean, you could get choked out.
You can't choke in wrestling,
Nah,
though.
you can't choke them out, but you could get choked out.
Technically, you're not supposed to
You
choke
get
them, though.
knocked down in football.
It's about pins in
You
wrestling,
get
right?
knocked down in football.
I get you, but that is not the purpose. The person doesn't go into it and
It
say,
is the purpose.
he doesn't look at
The
you and say,
purpose- your purpose in boxing. hold
Nah,
on,
bro,
let me-
it's
can I-
not
can
the
I-
same.
Can I answer the question? Can I answer my question? Your purpose in boxing is to dominate the other man, right?
pause. Yes.
No, what? That is not a pause.
That is completely a pause. Dominating a man is wild. Dominating whoa! He said that's not a pause. Yes, the fuck it is. I don't care. Pause. You're crazy. I'm gonna tell Cameron. That's fucking wild.
He said, I'm gonna tell Cameron.
Yo.
But you have the same objective in football, man. You're trying to dominate the man that's in front of you.
I understand, right? I don't think that. I think because you haven't boxed or done a striking combat, you have to apply it that way, right? So I'm not going. It's all good. It's not to watch the chair. So I'm not against your application of the sport. I get you. Yes, it's physically demanding, but I will say that I think a
I'm
child.
not talking about physically. I'm talking about dominating.
But you haven't done my sport.
But in your sport, you're trying to dominate the other man, right?
It's not the same way. It doesn't apply the same
It's
way.
not the same way, but it's
So,
the same concept.
the
It's
concept,
physical,
I-
and it's the same concept.
Trying
This
to
man's
win.
Trying to run through you.
Trying to win is different from trying to. If like
It's
physics,
not trying to win.
it is not.
If it's me and you and we head
I'm gonna
up,
finish.
it's
I'm
the
gonna land
same
my
thing.
plane eventually, right?
go ahead.
I'm gonna land my plane eventually, but I'm a.
I'm just listening.
I agree with the fact that it is a physical sport. I disagree that a combat sport and just a physical sport have the same benefits. I disagree. That's where we disagree at. I get that because you didn't do boxing, you can't get what I'm saying is different, and I can explain it to you because it's an experience, and I think
play
the
football?
experience. I did. Yeah, I played.
Tackle football.
I didn't play tackle football on
Okay,
the team.
so
Nah,
now-
I didn't play
so-
tackle football on the
so-
team. So
You did this. I got you. That's not physical
first off,
football.
I didn't make that. Hold on, I did what?
I got you. Down, you're down.
First off, I ain't never. I
Two
never.
hand touch ain't playing football. You're down.
I ain't never. I got you in my life. I got you. Nobody. That's it. Turn the pod off. You're fired. He said, I got you. Like, first off, F you. Secondly, you ain't playing no football. You only got one leg. You gonna get, next time you gonna be ugly. Remember what I did to Craig? You know what I did to Craig? You know what I did to Craig? Craig still got a complex. You keep messing with me, you gonna be next.
Oh, no, I got
Hold on, man. Who this little skinny dude? Little skinny Monty. Little skinny Monty. How happened to you, man? What's going on with you? I thought you was lifting weights in the gym, Monty. What happened to you, bro?
I'm trying to change up my diet a little bit.
Yeah, you getting small, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you call Monty if you want. hey, Care. Call Monty if you want. He ain't as big as he used to be. You know what I'm saying? What he gonna do? Hit me one of them little arms? Anybody worry about? Hey, I can get back. I can get back real quick. We do some push-ups in the back right quick. All right, Sean, you next, big dog. I want to know what are some lessons you learned on being a man, and where did you learn them when you were growing up?
My father set the foundation.
How did he set the foundation for you? Like for you, explaining if you had to like teach.
Knowledge, telling me, teaching me, telling me things.
What's one of the lessons you think you cherish or resonated with you the most? Is what I would say.
Just watching him. That was the most thing.
Having the opportunity to watch your father.
And observe how he moved, and just his presence and him teaching me things. It's not just one thing above all.
That's wild because my daughter, when I talk to her, she's like every once in a while she gets in the car, and that's like our little downtime, right? She gets in the car from school. I read her body language. I watch how fast she's walking, where she's looking, how she's looking. You know, I'm super like attentive. You know what I'm saying? So I'm watching. She gets in the car. I'm like, you know, I get hyped. What's up, baby? She get hyped back. I'm like, okay, good day. But I'm like, what's wrong? She's like, oh, you know, not so good of a day. You know, so she lets me know what's going on. But she'll be like, I was bragging about you today. Was bragging about me. What you say about me? And she starts saying things like, you know, I told him that my father did this, my father did that, and I'll make little jokes that sometimes will be off color. Like she always draws girls. She don't draw boys. Like she prefers to draw girls. That's her thing. She prefers it, right? It's comfortable for her. So I was like, why don't you draw me? You don't never draw me. She was like, I only draw girls, Daddy. I was like, what if I gotta put a dress on to get drawn? And she looked at me like I was crazy. I was like, now mind you, this is the same little girl that wanted to paint my nails and put makeup on me. And I was like, nah. And they was mad at me because I didn't want to put makeup and get my nails painted. But I was like, yo, I got to put a dress on. I was just joking. But she was like, what's wrong? Like, looked at me like I was crazy. Like, nah. So what you mean, why not? She was like, because you're a man. Like, you're a man, Daddy. You don't play like that. You know what I'm saying? She was like, why would you even say something like that? That's crazy. Men don't wear dresses. And I just thought it was, to me, it was cool. It was cool because I don't talk to her like that, but like just the way I carry myself. I never told her, no, I think it's girly. I just told her I'm not a dad that paints his nails. I'm not a dad that puts makeup on. Like you can do that with grandma and mommy. You got two people, you can put that on. You don't gotta put that on me. You know what I'm saying?
But you'll have tea time with her though.
Yeah, I'll play with the dolls. You know what I'm saying? She'll get her dolls out. I'll make voices and characters. To me, that's just imagination. That's storytelling.
What about clear polish?
No,
Not clear polish?
I don't put no polish on my nails.
What's wrong with clear polish?
It's just not for me. I think that's unnecessary.
Who is it for?
Who's a polish?
Who's the clear polish for?
What do you mean?
Who's it for?
If you're wearing it?
You know what I mean.
If you're wearing the clear
know
polish?
what I mean.
Oh, it's for women. It's for women to have pretty nails. That and what do you call them? What do you call them? The nail boys? What do you call them?
I don't know.
I forgot what he called them, man. The fingernail gang. Fingernail. He called them the fingernail gang yesterday.
You gotta hiss like a cat. You gotta do one of those.
Yo, that Megan Thee Stallion joint. Did you see that Nicki Minaj joint? I didn't really follow it. Don't really care much, but it is catchy when it wants to be. But it was definitely like just bad rapping at some point. But yo, you said that watching your dad was probably your biggest lesson from him. Yeah. What do you think if you could go back and talk to younger Sean, right? What's a lesson that you applied to your life that you learned when you were a kid that you could like give to younger Sean earlier to help benefit younger Sean?
It wouldn't have resonated back then because I was young and it wasn't time for me to understand. But it'd have been listen. I used to think that my father was lying because you know he was a Marine, so I used to think he was just touched. I was like, man, he crazy.
Most fathers are.
Nah, he was different. Yeah, he was different. So I used to just think he was just shell shocked, but he wasn't. He was telling the truth. So I'd be like, you better believe him. But it wasn't my time to believe him. I had to see it for myself.
That's a good one, man. I when I talk to Amaya, I kind of tell her that I know. All right, peace out, brother. You only say that because he on box. What I was gonna say was when I talk to Amaya, I tell her things like, some things I'm gonna give you are gonna be out of your level. You know what I mean? Like I play a lot of video games, and the analogy I use with her is that sometimes, you know, you'll get a level 20 sword, right? And you could beat the game with this 20 sword. You beat this whole level. You could clear this level out because you're only on level 3. You know what I'm saying? You get this sword in your pocket, but the thing is, you a level 3. You can't carry a level 20 sword. So he's got to sit in your backpack, and it's gonna take, it's gonna sit in your inventory until you level up. And when you level up, you're gonna reach back here and take this sword and be like, damn, it was he gave it to me early. I wish I could have used this joint early. You know what I'm saying? But she don't always level up. She being level 3, and I tell her, you can't go back. Once you level up, you can't go back to level 3. Once you get to level 20, that's it. You level 20 now. Yeah. So I'm gonna give it to you, but you might not be able to apply it until you get to level 20. But the sooner you can apply it, the better. You know what I'm saying? And every once in a while, I catch her on level 5, putting on a level 8 sword. You know what I'm saying? Like, every once in a while, she'll hit me. That's why, when you said watching them, my kid watch me all the time. And I think it's kind of dope because what she's learned, what she like picks up on, I don't be thinking about. You know, cause I told her she got in the car one day. She was like, "Daddy, you was right." I said, "What was I right about?" She was like, "What you said about her." Like, what I say? She was like, "You said that girls fight by saying things, and they'll say they joking, but they don't be joking. They mean it." And she was saying that the little girl had said something mean to her, and she heard the little girl, and she was like, "Nah, she wasn't joking. She meant that shit." And I thought it was dope that because I didn't remember telling her that. You know what I'm saying? But she's like, "Daddy, you was right. They do be saying stuff and they're saying they joking." And I was like, "Damn, I told you that." And I'm like, "What? When the, I don't remember telling her that." But she ain't forget. She put it right in her little back of her head. And when the joint clicked, she was like, "Nah, she wildin'." And now she handled the girl differently. You know what I'm saying? She like, I expect her to say little jokes that I don't like, but she'll check her. She'll be like, "What you mean? Why would you say that?" You know what I'm saying? Because we ask questions in this house. You know what I'm saying? We want something, we ask. So she want to know. She'd be like, "I gotta know. I gotta ask you. Hey, what you mean by that?" You know what I'm saying? Like, not that I'm gonna pap you up, but I do want to know if you was trying to be mean, so I know how to handle you later. I'm just like, it's cool, man. Watching kids watching their parents, I think is an under. Yeah, right. Like it's like an underused joint. You don't really realize how much you teaching them.
I was having a conversation with my daughter about boys, and like maybe a couple of years later, I found out some little boy like that. I said, "What you think about him?" She just broke it down. Now I ain't thinking about him right now. Focus on my education, and he said this, but I wasn't into it like that, whatever. And she said exactly what I told her a couple of years ago. I was like, "Whoa, she actually heard me." You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, that's maybe like one of the proudest moment, right?
Because you don't really know I've been saying that a lot on a lot of the pods. I'm like, you don't know what resonates with your kids until later. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like your father, when he was rapping to you, he was just rapping to you. He's just giving you all his knowledge. He don't really know which one of these lessons is sticking with you and how much they sticking with you. You know what I mean? Like, I can tell you there was a bunch of stuff happened to me as a kid that was messed up, right? Like, by anybody saying it's messed up. But I remember, like, some of the worst ones, I don't think they even realized how messed up, how much it messed me up. You know what I'm saying? Like, how much it messed me up. They was doing their little thing, but it messed me up the worst.
He don't know.
Yeah.
You took that in.
Oh, man, that joint reshaped my entire self-image. And I look back and I can laugh about it now because I'm aware. But, like, at the time, I didn't know how much it messed me up until I'm like, damn, you know what? I went to school with that. I wore that on my personality for the rest of my little elementary school career.
It helped build your character, even though it was good or bad. It still shaped you.
That's why I was asking about the lessons learned, because I feel like as men in the barbershop, something that is like underutilized in barbershops is how much mentorship you guys give. You know what I mean? Like I've been jumping in here for years, and I hee ha ha, but I tell you guys stories, ask you guys. I'm gonna say advice, but it's like we powwow, and I've worked through problems with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like we work.
Iron sharpens iron, man.
You know, iron sharpens iron is probably the best way to put it. You got a good barbershop, nice iron barbershop. Come in here with some problems I gotta iron out. I come in this joint and we hammer them things out. You know what I'm saying?
The clients like got so much wisdom. You just bring your subject on the table, and they give you something like, man, you know, I'm gonna apply that. That make a lot of sense towards me. You know what I'm saying?
And something y'all don't really utilize for real is your membership. Like the most interesting man in the world. I don't know how y'all don't have me here every day getting the free cut, free lineup. You know what I'm saying? The most interesting man in the world.
Who is that?
My man, ice hockey.
Oh, hell no.
You don't remember?
It's your client, the one that know everything.
He got a story. He got a story for everything.
Oh,
No, don't tell me his name, man, because I want nobody to know. I'm gonna call him the most interesting man in the world from now on, though. Every story I come in here, he'll come down and sit down and be like, yo, so what we talking about? I'm like, no, we done. He goes, no, I want to know what we talking about. I'm like, man, we talking about the birds in the rainforest. You know, it's funny. I used to have a bird from the rainforest. My uncle lived there for about 6, and he go. And he's like, no. And I hear you. I'll be like, yo, man, what about Texas? He's like, we're going to get to Texas in a second. Whoa, we're going to get to Texas in a second. Let me finish the rainforest. Now, about Texas, I have an auntie over there. She was like, he has a story for everything.
I was there in 1945.
My great-grandfather actually invented the cell phone. You know what I mean? It's funny you have a microphone, because my cousin actually made microphones for a living, and I know how they work.
AC/DC, out current, direct current, I did that.
He was like, Spotify? It's crazy about Spotify is, I know the guy I used to work with. I dated the girl that was the sister of the Spotify guy for a while, and you know what I'm saying. I have an unlimited. I don't even use it, but I have it. You know what I mean? I help with the program. I actually gave him the last piece of the code for the Spotify to be the Spotify. It used to just be Spot.
I should have got mine.
The F5 is because of me. I put that on there. Nah, he's crazy. He's fun to watch, but that's what I mean by y'all underutilize him. He should be here every day. Not with me, though.
Yeah, no, with you.
Not with me.
When he come in, he stays for like at least 2 hours.
Nah, but Kev always like, hey, Blue, why don't you ask him? Hey, Blue, why don't you go ask him? We be here forever. But I do feel like, him aside, there's so much to take from a barbershop that I feel like, at the very least, man, we start sharing some of the stories and lessons that we learn with the pod online. So when I make these clips, y'all got y'all little moments of wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Because the best part about the barbershop is not just the trash talking, but also the stories, man. Like, we got a lot of stories we can share outside of telling the stories from, like, the popular, you know what I'm saying? Like, did y'all catch the Sukihana video? So, you know who Sukihana is? All right, whatever. She's one of these out of the world over-sexualized rapper girls. She went on an interview, and on the interview, the girl was like, yeah, because, I'm interviewing you because you're a musician. She goes, what? What the fuck is a musician? Like, I do magic and shit? What are you talking about? She was like, no, that's a magician. I'm saying you're a musician. She's like, no, I don't do that. She's like, well, you make music, right? She goes, I make music. She goes, you're a musician. No, I'm not a musician. I make music. I act. I'm an influencer. I don't know what you're talking about. She goes, you think that musician does magic? No, I don't think. What is think? That's ghetto. I don't think. I know. The fuck is you talking about? That was the clip that I saw. I didn't watch the whole interview. I'm not even interested in the whole video, but I was interested in the comments from the video. And the comments started on one post, like on the Shade Room. They were like, is this your queen? Like, is this where y'all at? Why do we make these idiots famous? And they were like, super like, this is embarrassing. This is Black History Month. Why we got this up online right now? Why we doing this? Right. It's just horrible. I don't think, 2024, thinking is ghetto. That's crazy, you know what I mean? But then on her page, she shared the clip as well. And in the comments, like, I know that's right. Let's go, girl. She just be playing. They don't mean it like that. She just be joking. Like, it went on for a while, but so I don't really know how much is out there that's going to help people, but I want to make more clips to help people because that situation was trash.
Be more conscious of what you're saying on your clips.
Yeah, let's give people something better because it's Black History Month. You know what I'm saying? Let's give people a couple lessons because right now we got Monique and DL Hughley fighting online. He called her fat, and they tried to kill him in the comments for calling her fat.
Oh, D.L. Hughley?
DL Hughley said, I've never seen somebody try to lose weight and get fatter.
He said, only crunches you doing start with Captain.
They said he corny. He goes, you're the part of Kings
He
of
is not
Comedy.
corny. He
He
is
said,
funny.
you are the Kings of Comedy part that we skip every time. Everybody skips your part.
One of the funniest.
And I can't lie. I definitely skipped. I forgot DL Hughley was on the Kings of Comedy. 'Cause I
Funnier than
definitely
Steve
skipped.
Harvey?
I don't watch his part of Kings of Comedy.
Yo, he's the funny one.
I'm not saying he's not funny because I did laugh when he did it, but in the comments I felt bad for laughing because they was all mad at the fact that he made fun of her weight.
Yeah, but she lied on him.
They said that he was so irate, and they said, why would he come at her so hard, pause, when he didn't do that for Kat? He had no smoke for Kat when Kat said what he said.
Cat ain't diss him.
She didn't diss him.
Yes, she did.
She said things about him
Right,
that
but
were,
Cat ain't say anything bad about him. Not one thing.
what did Kat say?
Huh?
What did Kat say about it?
He said he was funny. He gave DL props.
Oh, that's why I didn't say anything about Kat.
About Ricky Smiley.
Yeah, he
I
ain't
forgot
say
what
no-
he said.
he
But he
ain't
said
say
when
no
Ricky
one
Smiley
thing.
came on there, just took a drink, smoked some weed, and blew it in the camera, and just walked off. That was his response.
Yeah, he ain't say not one bad thing about DL.
So that's why DL, but they were saying that DL Hughley ain't something about Kat. Why you coming at black women like this? Black women this, black women that. Why'd you call her fat? What we not gonna do is shame this sister for being big. Woo, 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 woo. And they was going off on him saying, why is he so angry? He's so angry. And then they said, I didn't notice about him, but they were like, then they said, ain't this the same dude whose daughter got molested by his friend and he believed his friend over his daughter? I'm not listening to you.
Nothing about that.
I don't know nothing about it either, but in the comments that kept coming up, and he mentioned that you try to say that I watched my daughter, that I, that you put my personal business out there. That's when I started reading the comments about it. But like, I don't know the story. I just know that he was very upset about
so
it.
she said that she was on his radio station and he had a segment. I think
It was some question thing that they asked
Yeah,
him.
and she said she felt she didn't like it or whatever, and she called him. He was like, I wasn't dismissive. He was like, if you notice, after she called with the complaints, I stopped doing the segment.
She goes, I didn't air the segment. The segment never aired.
He
You
said he
can't
never
find it
aired
out.
and he said
Yeah.
he don't even do it no more.
So I didn't watch the pod, so I can't really talk too much deep. Like I can't go back and forth about it. But do you think that the way that DL Hughley responded to her Club Shay Shay interview was inappropriate?
Nah, he wasn't yelling or nothing. He was just
He called her fat
but
repeatedly.
he's
He also said she's miserable, that none of her family loves her, her kids dislike her, no one wants to be around
I
her.
ain't see all that. I ain't
He
see all
he
that.
tore
I
he
ain't
tore
see all
into her for
I
real.
just seen the part when he said the only crunches she doing start with Captain.
That was prior to this. You swipe right 2 more times. He's talking about how her family hates her. Her no one wants to be around her. She's always by herself. All she does is go on places and complain about people and talk shit about people. She don't got no comedy specials or tours. He was just tearing in there. He was talking. It was big shit. It was definitely big shit.
Oh, okay.
It was just as bad as when I tore into Chef.
But he was like she was lying on him, so I guess he felt some type of way. But then he's a comedian, so you know what I mean.
He wasn't a comedic. He was in there like, "Hey, you're talking about my family."
Oh.
Are you talking? He was beasting.
I ain't see that part.
Yeah, you missed the part that they was judging him for. They're judging him for not the jokes, but the part where he started talking about it. He went in. I ain't gonna hold you. He went in. I assumed she was more irate, but she was just talking to Club Shay. They were saying that Shay is like the black Jerry Springer. He got everybody in there airing out their laundry, and they beef it. And when he goes in 2024, what we've realized is that the comedic community is toxic as hell. They messy as hell.
Did you hear what D.O. said about Shannon Sharp?
Nah.
He said apparently Wendy Williams is back, but she just got a weight bench.
Nah.
Yo.
And no, I like how Kat did it too. Goes, hey, who was he talking about? He was talking about, damn, what she say? She's like, if you want to come on, come say it, air it out, and talk about it. Like Monique was like, Tyler Perry, because Tyler, you want to address this, you can come on Club Shay Shay. And I thought that was dope that he didn't say, Tyler Perry, did you do it? He said, hey, if you want to come on my podcast and talk to me about it, I'm with it. He just in there talking to people, drinking cognac. and just talking, having people air out their dirty laundry. I don't know. Is it messy?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think it's messy that he got everybody airing out their dirty laundry on his show?
It's a talk show. And you got to remember, he'll ask one question and let them run.
You think we should air out dirty laundry in our show, our pod?
This is not our podcast.
Should I do it?
Podcast is not our podcast.
Should I do it though?
Yeah, let's do it. Why are you always late?
Today is Ked's last time on the show. Unfortunately, we no longer have a Kevin Jones. He was cool for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But he done violated the cardinal rule, man. You don't grab the microphone and yell, why you always late, into the microphone. That is disrespectful. That's why we can't have nothing nice. When we get something nice, they start violating. Anyway, man, all right, that's going to be the pod for the day. Hey, Sean, say peace out, bro.
Peace.
Say peace out, Phil.
CMOS, peace.
He don't even sell CMOS no more. He just be saying that. Monty, say peace out, Monty.
Peace out, fam. My business.
He says, my business. Say peace out, Kev.
Peace out, Kev. Team Red.
And let them know it's your last night's a heartbeat. Nights like this, wish. He gone.
All right, boys.
All right, try. I'll catch you later, brother.
All right, homie.
Anyway, man, so today's podcast, I try to keep it positive in lieu of all the negativity we got out there. Unfortunately, some people be hating, bro. They be hating. You can't have nothing nice when you have a good podcast. You got something going good. There's going to be somebody. They can't hear you. That's why I got the mic for. You can't just jump on the mic. Yeah. It's like that, Brody. It's like that.
Hold on, you know I got to give you a compliment, though.
Nah.
Your mic is Bluetooth. I never noticed. Yo.
Like I said.
Bluetooth.
You trying to be cool, you trying to get back on the pod. He's gone. At least on a hiatus.
Yo, you coming up, man. Sean, did you know he had a Bluetooth mic?
He trying to gas to get back in. Nah, the car stopped, bro. Your seat's taken, bro. I'm going to use Ashley from now on. I ain't using you no more. From now on, when I come in, I'm going to say her, say, what's up, Kev? What was that? Something touched my head. We out of here. All right, peace out, guys. Love y'all. Catch y'all next time.